how ChatGPT will change product development. Is it a doomsday scenario or a paradise? We're here to find out with yet one of our new guests that we have. For all you guys joining in, I'm Aram Melkoumov, the CEO of Crowdlinker, and today is our fourth interview on Product Sessions, which is a part of a larger series we'll be doing about the most trending, controversial, and discussed topics in the product management industry. Here with me today, we have Mounika Sanikommu, who is the Senior Product Manager at Zuora, which helps recurring revenue businesses nurture and monetize direct digital relationships. Mounika, thank you for coming on our new series. Since this is a kind of a short interview series, I wanna jump into it.
Yeah,
So,
thank you for
all
having
right,
me.
awesome, great. So, um, ChatGPT, right? We've been reading it a lot in the news. We've been using it in our company for like a multitude of different types of purposes. Creating email responses to clients, creating requirements documents, creating epics and user stories and success criteria for projects. So, how have you how have you been using it personally so far to date in your world as a PM?
Um, yeah, I think where the most benefit that I've been finding out of ChatGPT in my life personally is learning more about the technical concepts or learning about like I was a technical product manager, so I have to be able to understand most of technical concepts so I can work with my engineers and all at the same time work with the customers to help them understand what we're building. So it's easier for me to like form a learning plan with ChatGPT and understand, for example, like how do APIs work? Like, can you give me a learning plan of how I can learn everything about APIs? And it gives me this really good learning plan with like resources and any books or any online courses. So that's really helpful for me, like a creative for creating a learning plan. And at the same time, I think I've also been using it to create like drafts of PRDs that I've been working for new features or new products. And it's been a great starting point. I wouldn't say that I'm completely relying on it and just using that as my final version or something, but it's definitely giving me that initial draft about if I give a very good prompt about, hey, I'm working on this new feature and this is the customer persona that I'm trying to target and these are the success metrics that I want to see and all of that. And it gives me a great initial draft of PRD which I can iterate on. And it's definitely it's making me more efficient and more productive so I can use that initial draft time to work on something more productive like doing a customer conversation or something like that. So I think these are the two main places that I'm using it. And another thing is, it is also helping me draft like customer emails or emails to executives, like the leadership, etc. Like, so me, I'm not a native English speaker, so I'm from India and I speak a language called Telugu, and I don't consider myself like a very good English speaker or a very good English writer, but I've been using ChatGPT to help me like correct my grammar or my sentence formation or anything that like when you're sending these emails with your leadership or your executive team or when you're working with your customers, it's really important to be crisp and right to the point and also convey what we're trying to say. So I think it's been really helpful to write the crisp messaging as well. So these are a few places that I've been using ChatGPT so far, and it's been helpful.
No, it's very interesting. I mean, it's the first time I actually heard about somebody using it to create a learning plan. So, what kind of prompts or what kind of way do you structure the asks? How much content or context do you provide to the situation when you're asking for like a learning plan?
Yeah, so since I don't need to code and everything working on the product side, I like for example, I usually ask ChatGPT like, hey, can you like create a learning plan for learning about the different databases that are out there and how which database should be used in which scenario? And I'm a beginner or I'm a like a whatever level you are. So I'm a beginner and I don't know anything about databases, but I want to learn everything about it. So can you like create a learning plan? At the same time, I work in the product management, so I don't need to code, but I just want to understand so I could talk to engineers about it and understand trade-offs on using one database over the other database, and also provide me some resources or online or some blogs or some courses for the learning plan that you have created. So it's really helped me in creating this neat learning plan with some resources, like here's a link to where I can learn, or
Hmm.
there's a link to a course where I can take the course and learn more about it and all of that. So yeah, that's the usual prompt that I go with.
Okay, cool. And so, have you created like a prompt library that you use personally for yourself, or that's available with like the rest of the team in your company that you guys all contribute to and optimize and curate?
Not with the team, but I have my own prompt library that I work on, which I usually store on my Notion. Um, yeah, but not really with the team. But I just whenever I think I find something interesting online too, like there's a lot of prompts online that we are getting. Everyone is giving good prompts as well. So if I like something, I store it to my database, and if I also think of something, and if I'm thinking of something that I want, like I created on my own, it's worked really well for me, then I use that as well. I just add it to the database that I have.
No, that's very interesting. Aside from some of what you've been seeing work for you in terms of like general product management, what have you seen has been like some of the most powerful use cases maybe that you've seen publicly or other people doing?
Um, I think it can I've seen someone actually creating an entire product or like their own website using ChatGPT, which I thought was really cool. Like usually it would take someone to actually learn coding, if you're not using the templates and stuff, but if you're actually building something from the back end, like the databases and all of that. So it would actually take at least like 3 to 4 months to actually learn coding and build your own website. But I think it's helped someone to actually create their own website in under 2 weeks, because it was giving them the code, it was giving them what you need and all of that. And if you give them the right prompts, that this is the website that I want to build, can you give me like what all needs to be done? How do I set up the database? How do I set up a uh, like a domain server, whatever? And yeah, I think someone has created this really cool website, and I really like that. And I think that was really cool.
Awesome. And I don't know if you've tried this out yet, but have you come across the new plugins that are available now in ChatGPT, especially things like the web browsing plugin?
I haven't. Yeah, I haven't tried the plugins yet, but I've heard a great deal about them. I am actually not a Plus member yet, but I am considering whether I should take a, whether I should be, yeah, whether I should count myself to a Plus member or not. But I heard good things about the plugins as well. I think, but it only allows like 3 or 4 plugins to be used at one time. And I heard that it can really be used for data analysis, which is really cool because working in the product management, you get a lot of data from your backend, from your customers, and all of that. And if you just have it inputted in a single like Excel sheet or like a Google sheet, and just you use that plugin and it just synthesizes it for you and gives us the summary of what you should be working on next or where you should be looking at and all of that, instead of you doing the all the manual work, or you work relying on your data analyst or someone to do that analysis for you. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Do you feel that sometimes what you get as outputs? Because like early on, I don't know if you've came across this. I felt that some of the answers I got with the prompts I provided were like sometimes like made up. They were a bit fictitious in terms of like the response, and I think it requires that knowledge to go and like okay, like this is good, this is bad, and I could kind of build off of that. Have with what you've been doing with ChatGPT, have you seen situations where it doesn't make a lot of sense and that it requires constant revisions or iterations in terms of like the prompts?
Yeah, I have definitely seen that. Sometimes it just, I think, relies on its old data or relies on just data, like the minimal data that it has. Yeah, I don't think I entirely depend on it. Maybe it's about how the prompt that you give in, be more specific about it. And actually, this has happened to me recently. Like I was asking ChatGPT to create a simple meal plan for me for the entire week with simple recipes. And I just mentioned that I don't want to eat any meat other than fish and a lot of vegetables. So I expected it to give me a plan which included vegetables and seafood, like once in a once in a meal or once or twice in a meal, but it gave me seafood in literally every meal in every meal recipe. So I thought that okay, maybe I should change my prompt in such a way that it understands that it shouldn't be included in every meal, but I eat only that for like a week, like once in a week or twice in a week. So yeah, I think you should be very clear in what you're giving. Like the prompt should be really clear. So that could also be another course, I believe. Like how do you actually use AI? Like what prompts do you actually give to for the AI to actually work for you?
Okay, very interesting. Okay, couple more questions. What have you seen personally being the most worthwhile investment you've made as a product leader to date, which could help you towards this new AI area that we're going into?
When you say worthwhile investment, like in terms of
I don't know,
reading.
training, reading, familiarity with like some new concepts, methodologies.
Yeah, I definitely think there is a new AI course on LinkedIn, I think, which is free for a month or so. But my company usually provides our LinkedIn courses. But I really like that AI course, like Introduction to AI, which is because I've never really worked on any AI projects before, but I've always been curious about what AI is. And now, due to the buzz about all these ChatGPTs, bar, and everything, it's really interesting to learn about what AI does and what it is and all of that. So that course has really like help me understand what AI is and how do you build AI products and all of that. And also learning concept about like generative AI, what is generative AI, what are LLMs and all of that. Like just reading it online, and also you can even ask ChatGPT and Bard like chat about it, like what is AI, how are you built, like what are LLMs? Can you like it's the same way. I again use ChatGPT to create a simple learning plan for me to learn about AI, and it gives me a plan about it with relevant courses and books and all of that. And yeah, and it's yeah, that's how I've been reading. I haven't really found a particular course yet that I really like, but I've just been browsing on a high level, just trying to understand on a high level what we have so far.
Cool. Now, with all this kind of generative AI stuff, like literally every single day, there's something new coming out.
Yeah,
Like I think this week there's been that Photoshop AI announcement with
yeah.
generative fill, right? It's like all the rage right now. I think a lot of people are talking about it. Do you feel like maybe this is a controversial question, but do you think this is kind of like a path where we're all going to become obsolete, in our different kind of like professions and capabilities, where AI can be like a doomsday scenario, or is it like a paradise?
Um, I think there are a lot of use cases of AI where, if used correctly and ethically, could be efficient and productive to us. But I don't think we are there yet, where AI can be considered as removing our jobs. At least for product managers, I don't think so, because as a product manager, you need to make like split decisions sometimes. Like there's a customer and there's like the whole product went down, and you have to really make a quick decision. And I don't think AI is capable of that. So you definitely need someone who knows about the product, who has made some decisions before in that quick second to help that customer out, or a lot of customers out. So I think, yeah, I don't think we are there yet. I definitely see it as a tool that we can integrate with most of the products to help in making better decisions, to help answer like simple questions about the product and anything without relying on customer success or customer support. So customers can directly interact with the tool and can answer questions about the product and everything. So customer success and customer support can actually work on other important questions from the customers or important issues from the customers. Yeah, I don't think I don't think it's a doomsday yet. It is for now. I think, yeah, if used ethically and correctly and if used rightly, I think it can be used as a great tool for improving our efficiency and productivity.
Awesome. Great. Monica, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time today and coming on and sharing this wisdom with us. And for everybody listening, stay tuned for the next episode.